How's it, guys? Welcome back to FX Rhapsody. Today we're going to be analyzing two pairs again. It's going to be the British pound Japanese yen and the British pound US dollar. Before we get started, always important to trade with the right broker, a reliable broker, a broker that you know it's going to take care of your money and your pips that you make. So in the description, go check out my preferred broker, guys. These guys are brilliant. Most reliable broker that I've ever traded through, and brilliant spreads, margins, support, you name it, and no hassles, no fuss, guys. These guys are really good. Okay, so let's hit the charts. So on a daily time frame on the British pound Japanese yen, what we can see is this big impulse to the upside, and then for those of you that caught that, would have been this Fibonacci from this swing low at the bottom to that swing high. Now I want to show you, you had the first swing high, price didn't quite reach that 62 to 79% retracement area, so it retraced up again excuse me, to that next swing high, and this is where the patience comes in. Doesn't matter if you're a swing trader, day trader, just price came up again, so you move your Fibonacci to that swing high at the bottom, at the top, and then you can see price moved all the way into the key zone, which is the 62 to 79%, and you would have placed your buy there with this huge movement to the upside, taking a massive hit, hitting that take profit 2 area. So for those of you that took that, like I said, again, it's just, don't make trading too difficult. It's just as easy as that. So now, what do we expect the pound to do next? Okay, so are we going to wait for this retracement that's over here? So you get your swing low here now with your swing high. So if there's movement to the upside, we would obviously like price to retrace back to this key area again over here. Okay, so this is the next key area that we're going to be looking for. Or is price just going to start moving up to the upside? So that's going to be, what is the pound against the yen going to be doing next? On an hourly time frame, let's go to the 4 hour first, obviously. So the 4 hour, we have this, let me just expand it a little bit. So we have this, I wouldn't say consolidation, but yes, we have two key areas that we're going to be focusing on, or looking at. So that's obviously going to be our first, just that. We had a little bit of a fake out over here. So, and then obviously the one at the top. So let's do that over there. So that's nice and big. Just going to draw that. Yeah, let's just keep it like that. So nice and big areas. So what we're waiting to see is price reacting to these key areas. Obviously the break here, which will indicate that retracement all the way, like we saw on the daily time frame. The break come now, that break and retest, which will mean that movement to the downside, and you will catch that then with another Fibonacci that you will take from the swing to that swing, retracing back to the 62. So you'll have all of that, or it will obviously break to the upside and carry on to the upside. So just keep this time frame in mind and on the eye and on the chart. So just have a look at what will happen over there. So on the hourly time frame, so what we can see is, let's just expand this a little bit. Okay, so we're expecting price to be going down, which is not always the case, guys. So let me just lower this. I'm just going to make this two key areas a little bit smaller. Okay, so we have this first key area over here. Let's just do that, and around about there. So you can see that's a little bit of an area over there. And then also, let me just take this out. And then also, just want to show you this. Right there. Right there. Just expand this to there. There we go. You can actually expand it all the way. All right. So you have this two small key areas in between each other. So support and resistance area. You can see this area being resisted, supported, resisted, supported, broke, acting as a resistance now again. So now this is now the area to obviously keep an eye on. I mean, if you are a little bit of a scalper, you know, not fully a trade yet, pushing up to the upside, so that's not valid. So just keep an eye on this pair, guys. For me, I need a little bit more movement in the market here. Maybe if you want to scalp this before it breaks that big consolidation, or this break, this big support at the bottom here that we saw on the 4 hourly. Before that happens, you can just trade it in between using your Fibonacci on the 5-minute time frame, and I'm sure you will catch a couple of pips. But for those big moves, for the bigger intraday swing traders, guys, you know, just keep an eye on that, those two areas, the big support and resistance area for any movement. And yeah, currently for me, I'm a little bit biased for a big sell, so I'm waiting for that break to the bottom. Right, so let's move on to the next pair, which will be your British pound US dollar. Let's start off with the daily time frame. Again, you know, currently the pound is just, you know, you're not quite sure what's going to happen and in the market. So for me, I'm just, you know, trading it as whatever the market gives me, I'm trading it. Right, so we can see this little bit of on the British pound US dollar, we can see this little bit of a trend line forming. Let me just draw it more, just a little bit better. So there's a trend line, there's a touch, and there's a touch. Okay, so that's going to be your one of there's two touches now on that trend line, basically. You can see this structure here that was broken. Let me just put that into perspective for you. There we go. So that structure there was broken. Okay, so let's just do that to make it clearer. Okay, so we had a resistance which didn't support, and then support, and it broke, and now it's coming back for another retracement back. Now, if you had to go or are in a sell or whatever, so your scenario would have been, if you're taking your Fibonacci out and you saw this break in structure over here, so that's obviously where you put your Fibonacci from the high, which will be your swing high, and then this is going to be your swing low. Let's just take this out, the structure area, so you can see that swing high where structure is broken, and then your swing low, so you waited for retracement all the way to the 62% area, which was this area over here, which was a perfect entry. For those of you that did catch that little sell, I mean, it would have moved quite a couple of pips, you know, for you. So basically, now it's just price has not reached your first take profit or second take profit area. Just want to expand that. Now I want to show you something else. But if you just mirror image this trend line here and you take it to that first touch, you can see there's a little bit of a channel that is starting to move in. So let's see what happens. Will price go up again and just touch that area and then maybe go down? So, or, you know, price will just carry on to the downside now and then come and do something similar to this, you know, and then bounce in between this zone going down, this downward spiral. So again, keep an eye out on that. That's daily time frame. Okay, so bigger picture, swing traders, right? Not your intraday traders. So just keep an eye on that. 4 hourly, what's the 4 hourly tell us or show us? Now this is going to be a little bit more, you know, waiting patiently. So you have this little trend going up. Okay, like that. And then you have, let's zoom it out a little bit. Then you have that trend going down. So let's just do that. You all can see that's what pattern this is forming. So basically you have that. So in any time when this type of pattern forms, you will obviously wait for any type of a breakout to the upside, retracement, and then obviously that huge move to the upside, or in our case, you know, let's see what happens. Maybe this area will be broken now, it will be retested, and also then you take your sell to the bottom. In any of those scenarios, use your Fibonacci for when the price breaks out. You know, that will be your swing at the low or high, and then Fibonacci either way. So please keep an eye on that. And then on your hourly time frame, what do we see? So on the excuse me, a little bit of a tongue twister. So on a hourly time frame, what we see here is, let's take out this tool just to make it a bit better. There, let's just make it another color, black, so we can see clearer. And let's just do that. All right, so you can see that line over there is a key line. It was a resistance, broke through, came back, broke, but over here it's been supported, didn't break through, supported, came through or broke through it, resisted it. So now we're just waiting patiently. For me, currently, this is still a little bit of a consolidation area. You can actually, let's do it around about there. So consolidation area, it's not, you know, I'm waiting for any type of a breakout out of this box, let's call it. So any type of a breakout out of this box, I will be trading it. And then that is when the move is going to start. So it's just patience, guys. Patience is always key. Don't just jump into any trade. Don't have that fear of missing out. You know, a big part of trading is patience and just waiting for your setups. And if a setup happens and you might have missed it, don't try and climb in halfway through it. Every day there's another setup, and so don't just overtrade yourself. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment in the comment section, like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and yeah, I hope you guys are staying safe and happy trading, guys.